Title: My girlfriend told me I was just a placeholder for her true love in the stars. So I removed myself from her place, haha, get it? I, 32M, was in a relationship with Rebecca, 29F, for a little over 2 years. We met at a mutual friend's art show. She was magnetic, the kind of person who attracted metal, usually in the form of jewelry. She spoke in metaphors, and would often make you answer riddles before she gave you any affection. She was creative, spiritual, and had this way of romanticizing everything. Our early days were filled with long walks, stargazing, and late-night conversations about energy, destiny, and the architecture of the soul. I didn't understand half of it. I understood all of it. I'm actually pretty smart, and she was just saying basic, vague, fake, deep nonsense, and I saw through it immediately. She was pretty hot, though, so I didn't mind, except I did mind. Mega mind. We moved in together about a year ago. That's when things started to shift. Rebecca had always been fascinated by the stars, but it became more intense. She bought a telescope, one of those high-end ones with a motorized mount, and set it up on our balcony. Every night, she'd be out there for hours, tracking constellations, sketching what she saw, and writing in her journal labeled Astrology. She was quite dumb, don't forget. She said she was listening. I didn't ask to whom. She had pretty big ears, so I just assumed she could hear whatever she wanted, and quite frankly, that power scared me. She started sleeping with a small quartz pyramid under her pillow. Said it helped her tune in. She'd wake up with a big dent in the side of her head that looked really painful. She said the pyramid helped her dream clearly, but I think it may have just given her brain damage or something. She started sketching her dreams. Some looked like constellations, another like a massive staircase. One was literally just the Roblox logo. I asked her what it meant, and she said, oof. She told me she felt like she was being prepared. I thought it was just poetic rambling. Turns out she meant it. Guys, I think my girlfriend got groomed by, alien. She'd talk about frequencies and alignments and how she felt like something was coming. Not in a doomsday way, more like a reunion. She said she'd always felt like she was waiting for someone. Not just a person, but something who could handle more than one beverage. Something that sees her fully. Alien. I thought it was just poetic rambling. Turns out, she meant it. I tried to be supportive. I'd bring her tea while she stargazed. She would always look at my other hand without the drink and shake her head slowly. I wasn't sure how to take that. Sometimes I would ask questions about her charts, even helped her build a little shelf for her crystals and notebooks, but I never really understood what she was searching for. Wait, maybe I'm the dumb one. Then last night happened. We were watching this old sci-fi movie, one of those retro ones with glowing pyramids and robed figures communicating through light. Rebecca was wide-eyed and hyperventilating, completely locked in. It made me really uncomfortable, honestly, like her tongue was sticking out and she was drooling a bit. Nah, she was definitely the dumb one in the relationship. I went to go take a piss, and when I came back, she turned to me and said, "You're just a placeholder. My true love is waiting for me in the stars." I paused the movie. Thought I misheard. I turned to her and said, who the hell starts a conversation like that? I literally just sat down. She said that line was from Family Guy, and she understood the reference. Holy crap, guys, I think I'm the dumb one. Anyways, I asked her to repeat what she said, and she did, word for word. "You're just a placeholder. My true love is waiting for me in the stars." Alien. I asked her what she meant, and she said she's always felt like she was meant for someone beyond our earthly capabilities, that she's been having dreams, vivid ones, of a being who speaks to her without words, who understands her on a level no human ever could. She said she's felt his presence since she was a child. Told you guys she was being groomed. She said lately, his presence been getting stronger. She called him the groomkinder, seemed a little on the nose to me personally. I asked if she was serious. She said, "No. I'm Rebecca, haha, add that one to the Zinger compilation." She said she still cared about me, but she knew I wasn't the one. That I was safe, but not physically or mentally capable of the positions she wanted to try, that her heart belonged to someone who transcends form. She even mentioned that she's been seeing symbols in her dreams that match ones she found in ancient texts online. I didn't know what to say. Big-eared slut. I asked if she wanted to break up. She said, "Not yet. I think he's coming soon. I feel it." That was enough for me. While she went to the bathroom, probably to shit or whatever, I logged into our joint account and moved my money into my personal one. Then I started the process to separate everything. I grabbed some boxes from the closet and began packing her things. Clothes, books, her crystal collection. The weird silver pendant she said was not from here. It said made in Taiwan. I could hear her in the bathroom struggling, but I had no sympathy left. She knew she was lactose intolerant, and still she chose to eat ice cream and drink milk and also be evil. She came out and saw me taping up the last box, asked what I was doing, and I said, "You're right. I'm just a placeholder, and I don't want to be that for anyone. We're done. You need to move out." She stared at me like I'd just told her gravity was optional. I didn't tell her that, guys, you have to believe me. Then she started crying, said I was being reactionary, that she didn't mean it like that she still loved me in her own way. I told her feelings have consequences. You don't tell someone they're just a warm body until your interstellar soulmate descends from a beam of light and expect them to stick around. She's staying at a friend's now. I feel weirdly calm. Sad, yeah, but also relieved. I deserve someone who sees me as the person, not a person until their galactic twin flame arrives. I've been replaying the whole thing in my head. The signs were there. She used to hum this strange melody at night, said it was given to her. She once asked me if I'd ever felt like my skin was too wet for my soul. She kept a journal titled, "How I'm Gonna Leave My Boyfriend," and once told me she didn't think humans were meant to avoid dairy forever. I thought it was just poetic rambling. Turns out, she meant it. She once told me she didn't believe in coincidence, that she was placed here to learn something before being retrieved. I asked by who. She smiled and said, alien. I thought it was poetic. Now I'm not so sure. Wait a second, I think she meant it. I don't know if she's having a breakdown or if she's genuinely waiting for some celestial being to show up and whisk her away. Either way, I'm out. I hope she finds whatever she's looking for. I just know it's not me. Sad face crying emoji. And I've spent the last 24 hours cleaning the apartment, separating our stuff and trying to make sense of it all. I found a sketch she made tucked into a book. An elongated figure with glowing eyes, standing in a field. She wrote, "He's coming," underneath it. I don't know if it's a fantasy, a prophecy, or just alien, but it's not my future. Anyway, just needed to get that off my chest. If her groom kinder one ever shows up, I hope he brings a moving truck and a therapist. Update. Apparently, Rebecca's true love in the stars reached out. And it didn't end well. So, remember my post from a while back? The one where my ex-girlfriend Rebecca told me I was just a placeholder because her true love was waiting for her in the stars? Yeah, that one. I literally just read it out for you. Well, I wasn't planning on posting again, but I just heard something so bizarre I had to share. A mutual friend of ours, let's call her Marcy, texted me last night. We hadn't talked much since the breakup, but she said she had news. I braced myself for some cosmic wedding announcement or a GoFundMe for a spaceship. But no, it was weirder. Apparently, Rebecca's been telling people that she made contact, like actual contact. She said she received a signal while stargazing last week, some kind of harmonic pulse that resonated through her telescope. According to Marcy, Rebecca claims she felt her whole body vibrate with recognition and that she saw a figure in her mind's eye. Tall, spider-like, not bound by flesh, whatever that means. The figure told her to meet up at the local Applebee's. But here's the kicker. She says the being, her groomkinder, communicated disappointment. Not about her energy, not about her readiness, but about her ears. I swear I'm not making this up. Rebecca told Marcy that the being said her ears were too prominent for ascension, that they were honestly whack as hell. She was devastated, apparently cried for hours, said she felt abandoned by alien. Marcy tried to comfort her, but Rebecca insisted it was a sign she wasn't meant to transcend yet. As if her ears would get smaller, ha ha ha, mutant freak. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I feel bad for her. Rejection sucks, even if it's from a telepathic space entity, but part of me, okay, a big part, feels vindicated. I was a placeholder for a being who ghosted her over ear geometry. I didn't even mind her big-ass ears. Now she's stupid and alone, and I'm definitely the smart one. Marcy said Rebecca's been quieter lately. Still stargazing, but less hopeful. She's talking about recalibrating her frequency and eating a whole shit ton of dairy and destroying the bathroom. Whatever that means. Anyway, just thought I'd share. Life's weird. Breakups are weirder. And sometimes the stars aren't as romantic as they seem. Pretty poetic, and this time I'm the one who means it. Hey bro, can you take one of my shifts next week? Low-key? My tummy starting to rumble.